Okay, what up guys? Sexy Chocolate 21 here and I'm back making a YouTube video. Sorry I had to look like that because my camera was acting funny. But anyway, hope you guys are prepared because this is a sewing and rant talk. And the rant is going to be about how is plus size fashion looked at today versus what it was used to be looked at back then. So let's get it. What is what is up guys? Hi. So this YouTube video is about sewing and then it's on a rant about plus size fashion. No, I am not talking about why I joined the team, what inspired me, da 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 da. There are like three videos of that on my YouTube channel. Please check it out, Sexy Chocolate 21. Other than that, this video is going to be me basically learning some sewing tips. Hold on. Okay, as you guys know, this is the guide of sewing. I showed this on a previous video, which was uploaded, I think, yesterday or Monday day, and it was about 16 tips you need for going into the field of fashion. And when I did that, this book was included at the end, and for the people who are going in for fashion design. But I spoke on many other fields besides fashion design, so please go check that out too as well. That's uploaded. Anyway, that was Vlogmas Day 16. So, hey look, 16 tips, 16 on Vlogmas. This is Vlogmas Day 19. Happy holidays. We have one more week left, and we actually, as I forgot how many weeks we had. And I did not do Vlogmas. Yes I did. Vlogmas 18 will probably be uploaded today, but as well. So we have a couple more days left before it is Christmas. I hope you all got your shopping done. I hope you are prepared. The holidays are around the corner. I hope you're all ready to be immersed in the being jolly and whatnot. And I hope you guys get lots of snow wherever you're at. So all my snow lovers, because the reality is here, we're not probably gonna get no snow. Be wet, but no snow. Anyway. This video is going to be sewing and ranting, so I have my sewing machine set up right there. I have my fabric and stuff we're going to be using right there. And what I'm basically doing is following simple seams. I'm on section 1, which is seams, and then I'm going to be sewing plain seams. So the first page is plain seams. The second page, I think, is a French seam. So yeah, I have my seams to work on. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn you guys around, and voila. Why do you smell? If you're wondering what I'm watching in the background, the YouTuber is called Napa Rose, and she's like DIY. I'm genius, and I love people who DIY. However, I am gonna cut her down because you do not want to hear her while you're listening to me. So yeah, you're on good. Anyway, so what I'm gonna first do is iron the fabric. Move this out the way. Not that you guys are gonna come over here. Again, you're off my lag. Camera until Christmas. So 90% of my fabric is like either this is not fabric, this is my hairpiece. Now these are just strands of fabric I had left over from fashion class that I stole. Ooh, gonna be no, I'm joking. But yeah, I'm basically going to use these as practice. Stretching on my hand. I forgot the name of the iron. Jesus, wake up. So we're gonna set it to not silk. What is this? Cotton. Yep. Ugh. I love the iron. So it's basically just ironing it up so when I sew it, it doesn't like give me too many problems, which you don't want to have. If I look terrible at ironing, I'm sorry. I've already ironed in almost a minute, which is true. I would do this, however, on a bigger table, but the problem is my table downstairs is currently being used for the Christmas la. There, see? Not too bad, not too good. Just need something sturdy. And this will definitely be so stout. Iced out. Ironed. Now, the thing is, with plus size fashion, it's not really seen or viewed. One reason why is because not many people find plus size women to be attractive. I know I've said this before, but it's the truth. And we as plus size women should feel some type of way. I am plus size. I do not wear a size 5, 4, or nothing like that. My jean sizes are 14, sometimes that between 16, depending on the store's cut. And my shirts are like a extra large, and I just got into a 2X this year, so I need to lose some weight. But anyway, yeah. So I can guarantee you now, if you're wondering why I'm talking about plus size, I am actually plus size. And I don't know if you guys can see it, if the camera's playing tricks, but I am plus size. Or not playing tricks. I'm quite sure some of these videos you have seen, you see me, like, literally moving. And the honorable whiskers. What is that? This is all wrinkled. Don't worry, this will be fast forwarded, so you will not see me literally sitting here ironing. So the fast forward portion will be moving quickly. And then I will actually start talking after this. So. Okay. So you know what? I shouldn't say size 16 or nothing like that. Another piece. And okay, I'm gonna have to cut these off. Well, all of this one here is open. Alright guys, so done ironing. We're about to thread the bobbin. I never know which little side is always the one to take out the bobbin. Take out. By the way, I'm using light blue fabric so I can see where I'm going. This is not, well, light blue thread. Reason why is because I want to see what I'm doing. So black would not be a pretty option, as I discovered last night. And hint of advice, if you're practicing sewing, you do not want to use like flexible, stretchy fabric. I tried that the night before last, and it backfired on me perfectly. Like, I don't even think my seam was straight. Okay, and now I have to find the freaking string. Okay, yes, we have the string. Now, I need to thread the bobbin. Want to know how to thread a bobbin? Pull it up closer. What you basically do is, there is some, well, it gives you guaranteed instructions. First, You need this piece, stick here. After that, there is a hook here. You put it on the hook, you go around some type of leather. Sorry if my speech is bad. And then the bobbin goes here, right here. I don't know if you guys can see that. Right here, and then you push it over. Once you got it in there, push it over, press the presser foot, and there you go. Take this out. Now the ones at my school, and this is, I know this is not a school talk, but the ones at my school, we had to unscrew the back part of the leather, I can't say it, fuck it. Get the part that you spin the needle on manually, and you had to unscrew it and pull it apart, and then you sew it down like that. And that will pull it apart, and that's how you do the bobbin, so you wouldn't have to see the needle bounce up and down like that, and then yeah. What I'm trying to say is we had to unscrew we had to unscrew the spinner so it wouldn't be so you wouldn't see the needle going up and down forcefully while trying to thread the bobbin. And this is the bobbin. This is the bobbin. I don't know if this is the bobbin. Or thimble. This is the bobbin, thimble, whatever. No, thimble is something else. This is bobbin, I think. Put it through here. And push through. Do like that. And where's my foot? Thank you, Whiskers. By the way, Whiskers is in here. He is literally chilling. Once you get a nice point, cut. You go from here. Oh yeah, there he is. He's on the other side. About to hop up in 3, 2, 1. Oh. Sometimes you have to hold this. See? Move, you cat. Look, I'm done now. Nothing for you to play with. Get your butt down. There's no room for you to walk over there. Calm down. Okay. I don't know why he's so fascinated. He's so fascinated by the sewing machine. It's amazing. Yet he's mortified of the iron. Quite sure because that bitch will burn him, but who knows? He's scary anyway. Okay, put this through. First of all, let's put this through. And then there we go. And there we go. Now, the best way to test to see if it works. Yep, I got it. Okay, it works. It's connected. Okay. Okay, so again, the first thing we are working on is a plain seam, and then we'll go down to a French seam. And then these are basically all the things I learned in college. We only did plain seams though, because technically that was it. Okay, plain seam. Let's go somewhere else right there. Hold on. Alright. Just got them cutting off my pieces. So now what I'm about to do is where you going? What I'm about to do is pin these together. Why am I using pins? Because it's good to be able to pin something together. First and foremost, let's trim this down. Now I'm going to insert the pins. I was taught that you pin the pins this way. If you hear a little voice in the background, ignore it. It's my nephew. Down. Now this will probably be not the best theme, because the reality is this piece that I chose was literally not I want to say an actual full-on good piece, and it needs to be black. So I need to sew. Remove the pressure plate. Hey guys, if you know any other way to measure fabric for the sizes that you need your stuff, please let me know, because using the sewing machine as a guide is terrible. So I got chalk because chalk is way better than what's in there, pencil. It doesn't break too badly, and I discovered this when I was taking sewing class. Why? Because, yes, pretty much it. Sewing class. And they really teach you all about everything. So in sewing class, I didn't have like chalk. I know this rant is supposed to be loud, but I'm going to a brief history of sewing. So the sewing class didn't tell me nothing about it. So the sewing class, everybody was using chalk, and I was using pencil. Why are you doing that? Jesus. Everybody was using pencil. I mean, everybody was using chalk. And okay, my sewing machine is really weird. It's going. Oh, maybe because this is like sitting directly on top. Where's my phone? Backstitch. What? To the part where you have to. Okay, so my backstitch is acting tragically funny. I don't know why. So I literally have to use a sewing machine just to backstitch. What I was saying was, in college I was basically terrible when it came down to sewing and using chalk. So I was using literally pencil still instead of chalk, and everybody else was using chalk. And the bad part about pencil is I had to keep sharpening it every time it broke, because I needed a line to guide me on down of how to do this and how to do that. And it was terrible. Every day I would have to come in, try to find a new color pencil to draw over top of for a line, and it was just annoying as hell. So finally I snuffed up and brought me a chalk. I got this at Joann's for $6 and some change. Hey, it was worth it. It was well needed. Right? Now, this might not come out as the perfect scene at all. And why don't you run backstitch? Now I need the backstitch freehand, and I'm gonna have to see what's wrong with my backstitching. Okay, figured. Okay. So this is it. And I can tell you now it's crooked. It's not too straight. I think the actual stretch one was straight. I am about to see what's wrong with my backstitch. I think it's because this is not put on. Now let me see. What is the problem? What does error 40 mean? Hold on. So I found out what was causing my backstitch not to work. The top part of the bobbin where you have to press this over like this. Yeah. Make sure this is pressed unlocked, because this means when it's locked like this, it won't go backwards. So when you press it over, it will unlock. And That is possibly why the possibly why the sewing machine was going faster than it should have. Let's see. Demo check. Demo check. Hold on. And it works. Look at it. It's going backwards. Now let me take it out. So demo test is over. This is actually the closest to a nicer seam, slightly, than anything else. It actually does look straighter than the first one, with pins and everything else to it. I don't know how. I don't know why. I tried. Nah, but we're gonna work on another one. So, okay, another set of fabric. So this one was tragic. First one. Lopsided slightly. I know I'm not gonna get it perfect, but hey. What is over here? Nothing? Okay. Now this time I'm probably not gonna add any pins. But it makes it difficult. Okay. There. Let's put this down. So technically, fold this over. Stand up. I'm gonna cut this one standing up. Sorry. Slightly decent. Slightly decent. Fairly decent. Alright. Then you want to actually correct. You guys don't notice Whiskers is literally on the bed. It's like covered in fabric. So you can't necessarily see him. Alright. Decent. Necessarily you don't need a pin. So I am going to do is again, mark this up. Again, if you guys know any ways to find a better way to understand the seam line, it would be good. 1/4. Now I would draw one big ass line down the middle, and that would be my 1/4. I'm not going to sit here and do all that, so we just want to sew. First things first. I love your sewing machine. Back stitch. And then hopefully sew. Great. Now I am taking it slow because moving fast will wrinkle it up. You want to go just a moderate speed. And stop at certain points. Back stitch, back stitch, back stitch. And I don't know. Like that. And come out. And this one actually looks a little bit better. That might a little bit better. I almost killed myself with my own scissors. Slightly better, slightly better, slightly better. We'll do it one more time. That is the back part. Here we go. Front part. Just straightening up the fabric a little bit so you guys can see. A little bit straight. That was good. Better than this person. Now, this video was supposed to be about fashion, well, plus size fashion, and yes. So I will start talking about that also. Now, plus size fashion. We all know what it is, we all know what it's about, and we all know the evolution of it. There's a reason why plus size fashion, though, it is one of my favorite design departments to work in. Because one, it's working with girls that are fuller and bigger. Two, it is endless to think about what a plus size woman can wear compared to an average woman can wear, which is endless because not many people think about plus size women as much as other people do. And then there's not a lot of plus size designers, so it's just fun being a part of it. Now, it says what I said earlier. What was plus size? How has plus size fashion changed now than it did back then? What was the difference? Now back then, plus size women were getting, well, I can't say they were getting disrespected, but they were sometimes always not really respected, because 90% of the time in the movies from the 90s, I believe a plus size woman was portrayed in the kitchen, cooking food, cooking dinner, not really receiving too much hype. Like I was saying, back then, plus size women were like, well, back then in movies, they were portrayed as women in the kitchen, always cooking. When actually, for any other woman in the world, though, it was told that women were supposed to be in the kitchen and not be on the work field doing stuff outlandish, getting jobs. You know, they were supposed to be at home moms, basically. That was the story behind. That was the story behind women in general. Plus size women were mostly seen as women who just eat a lot, and then I don't know. I guess do hair. I don't know. There's so many endless things. And I guess you can say women didn't get too much respect at all. Like 90% of women, I don't care what size they were, they didn't really get too much respect at all back in the 90s. Because it was a man's world and women were seen as, again, women who were supposed to be in the house cooking dinner, raising their kids, and waiting for their husband to come home from work. And for certain women, like plus size women, they were also seen as eating lots of food and just not really receiving no respect, technically. Now, let's see. Then, if you move forward through time, you'll see that not some women, plus size women, were also portrayed as, well, if you move forward, this is when women got actual some respect. So some women did get respect after a while. But then after some time now, they decide, after some time, it wasn't just now that the women got respect, it was a diversity of women that received the least amount of respect. So, you know, plus size women were not really receiving too much respect because, you know, they were bigger, fuller, and, you know, rounder. They weren't going to receive too much respect as compared to the girls who were like, you know, model baddies, skinny, had the perky boobs and the lustrous skin tone body. So she was bigger than the average size. She was considered disgusting, I believe, and not real attractive. You notice every movie from back in the 90s was a thin, voluptuous woman with bigger boobs and a somewhat mellow tone ass and mellow tone. Nice ass, and then the waist was like slim. Almost something you see out of a magazine. And now it has become relentless. It's like once you get down to the knit and grit, it was like women who were once treated disrespectfully altogether has now gotten some popularity and respect. So now they basically turned sides and fought back the women who were bigger. If you look at it in my view. But I'm not saying 90s movies were all terrible. They were good, they were funny, they were inspirational, and they were, interesting to watch. But you also knew that at some point, you were going to see the turnaround. So then you had this movie like Fat Girls, which is my favorite all-time movie, which I might watch later. It was showing how women who were plus size were treated unliked, and like she was working in a store that was like for women who were smaller, and their plus size section in the mall was looking terrible. Yep, it was a section in the mall that was looking for, I think it was like Bloomingfields or something like that. And the scene is where the first part is where she's working in the mall in a section where small clothing were looking so much good, and yet plus size clothing was looking tacky, like something you would see off your mama's couch. And you would also see some women going back for the same looks at the same time because they shopped there already. So their plus size department was looking weak. I could say some plus size departments in some fashion stores are not too weak now, but they are trying to get there. They're not really, they are say. But there's not too many plus size stores. You got Torrid now, and you got Torrid. You got Lane Bryant, you got Ashley Stewart, you got a couple stores now. Maybe Fashion Nova, if their sizing would get right. And some other no name brands, Fashion and Figure. And yeah, a couple more, etc. I'm not gonna name them all. But if you look at it now, you'll see that we have some stores that cater to plus size women. Some. You don't see a lot. Oh, and there's another store called Kathleen's. They're a plus size store. I discovered they're like out my way. They're like all when you go out of the complex, Independence Plaza, where you got the complex near Hooters and all that type of stuff. You'll see it. It's on the side, right hand side, as you're going out to the highway. But anyway, yeah. So we have some plus size stores. Some stores are plus size. You just gotta think though, like imagine then what you know now. There wasn't too many plus size stores back then. I guarantee you, wasn't too many plus size stores. You either had to go shop at either something like a Walmart probably to get some clothes, or you had to hope and pray that somewhere there's sold plus size clothes. I don't know how long Ashley Stewart's or Lane Bryant's have been out. I believe some women had to sew their own clothes back then. I think my grandma said she was getting her clothes sewn by her grandma. Yeah, my grandma getting her clothes sewn by her grandma. Well, my grandma wasn't too big, so I'm quite sure she could have shopped in the average stores too. But what I'm saying is, for a big woman, I guess some things had to be sold and other things had to be brought. Maybe not. I don't know. I wasn't born back then, and I was only thought of in 1994, so I was in the 90s. Because I didn't see too many discrimination by my weight and size. I was basically wearing baby clothes, so. And I was smaller back then, so I can't talk. But I blew up by drinking all that milk and stuff, so yeah. You see me now. Anyway, compared to now, I would say plus size fashion has evolved. Let me do one more plain stitch. It has evolved with what it used to be. Like, doesn't make sense. We're seeing plus size models. We're not seeing too many of the models on the runway wearing lingerie, but we're seeing plus size models. We're seeing plus size stores. We're seeing new plus size women modeling. We're seeing new things for plus size women, everyday colors. Like at one point, plus size women weren't allowed to wear black. You can imagine how that was. I mean, wear black. Wasn't allowed to wear color. It was like if you wore color, it would show every last lump and roll. If you wore black, it would show every last you would be smaller. So for plus size women, it was just wearing black, no color allowed, which was a shame. So back to sewing on one purple seam, and now I don't think I need this. So yeah. Oh, oh, thank you. Scissors cut off my sewing machine. Anyways, yeah. So a lot has changed for plus size fashion over the years. It has become a more, I can say, a more diverse world for plus size women, but not too diverse in the fashion industry. You don't really see too many plus size models like out there. No, like now you're starting to see them come together now, but it's like they're still fighting wars over how to do an intimate wear line or like intimate wear line, and then there's like the beef between Lane Bryant and plus size and Ashley Stewart, you know, because they support No Angel and all that type of stuff, because, you know, Victoria's Secret has not, like, decided to help ante up the looks with plus size women. But I want to get into that. I mean, I enjoy their show every year, but I'd love to see, like, they scream out diversity, but you're not too diverse. I mean, you have, yes, women from different countries, different backgrounds, different shades, but you still don't have the diversity of women of different length. And I know you notice that people who are plus size do buy your bras, and it's hard for plus size women to do that if you don't really show that you're not interested in the people. But less on that, more on the topic. I would say plus size women have evolved more now than they have then back then, and in fashion they truly have evolved now. Even back then, I think some plus size women wore color. But I still think they were like discriminated against a little bit because, you know, you had thinner women complaining about plus size women wearing, oh, you look too, you're wearing all this and you expect to get a man in that? And girl, you need to lose some weight. Size 5 is the way to go. Ugh. I can't wear, I couldn't imagine me being a size 5. I was at one point, but no. No. I'd rather stay where I'm at. Size 13. 13, 10. At least I'm fuller. Boobs are nice. Everything's okay. Everything was sugar with spice. And yeah. So I would say what has changed then and changed now is that more respect then than it was less than back then. And for women all in general, it was less respect back then. And it's more respect now. We have come to get into businesses, especially colored women, and now because we truly didn't have too much respect back then, but now we have like more respect, and still receiving some disrespect, but at least it's not just by. No, I won't say that. Never mind. But yeah, back then less respect, more respect now. For plus size women, it's kind of getting equal, but it's not truly there yet. For plus size women, we're not just portrayed as women who just eat. We also be seen in other ways of fashion, and on top of that, in athletics wear, and on top of that, lingerie. Like, I guess if you saw plus size women back then in lingerie, it'd be more disturbing than, well, more disrespect then than it is now. So full figure women have somewhat come together and created a dazzling environment for them to fit in as well. wear colors now. We don't wear just black. Like, I don't even think back then they wore just black, and when you think about it, it kind of did because, you know, not really seen as a proper woman to wear black. I literally went off the line on this one. This did not stay like it was supposed to. Kind of. And we have gained a little more respect. Again, we got more respect at, for women and all, and then plus size women have gained more out there. Like, you're now being seen a little bit more than you weren't being seen back then. Treated somewhat equally, not fully equally. What's another one? We wear more colors besides black. We have more confidence in ourselves than we did back then, and we have more attractiveness than we do back then. I can say men kind of find plus size women a little more attractive because they do not always prefer something smaller. And we have more places to shop than we did back then. And so it's not like we were sitting around, it's not like it was less now than it is then. I don't know how many places to shop back then, but I know for plus size markets now it's like an abundancy. Well, we're not gonna say abundancy, maybe like 4 or 5 different shops. You know, Lane Bar and Torrid, Ashley Stewart, we're at Catherine's, and then there's a place called Soma, and then Fashion to Figure, and then Fashion Nova. The hefty 7 places. And yeah, that's pretty much it. This video, as long as it already is, I only got into the plain scenes. But if you look at it now, I would say this one is kind of cockeyed, but you wouldn't be able to tell the difference. And yeah, so talking while sewing did not go as planned because I stayed stuck on the plain scene. There was so many interruptions and I couldn't get through. Maybe for Vlogmas Day 18, I'll probably show you guys 18. It is 19. It's March the 20th. So for probably Vlogmas Day 20th, I'll probably work on something. Probably think about sewing something instead of just sitting around and then just giving you guys a week video. But anyway, I hope this actually is helpful. This was actually a helpful tip because it was like, I wasn't just sewing, I wasn't just complaining about fashion, I was also talking about sewing, you know, the places where you have to put your fiber in and all that type of stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna work on more of this tonight. I'll probably show you guys what I come out with tomorrow. But thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'm sorry we only got to the plain stitch scenes, but I'll probably show you guys what my French scene looks like tomorrow. And please subscribe to my channel, Sexy Chocolate 21. This video is extremely long, and I don't want it to be too long because I gotta upload Vlogmas 18, which I'll probably do next. I love you guys. Thanks for watching. Peace out. I am the chocolate one, and you are. Oh God, I am Sexy Chocolate 21. I think it's time to go take a nap. Thanks.